Welcome to the Ecosystem Effect. Sometimes success is about more than just a great idea, it's about the network behind it. Today we're going to be sitting with Valentina and Joshua of the Entrepreneurship Club. Valentina is the admin and Joshua is the club president. How are you guys doing today?
Thank you. What about you, Tori?
Good.
Very
What
good.
about you?
Very good.
Good. All right, so I'm going to have both of you guys tell us a little bit about yourself. You can go first.
Okay, so I am the advisor of the Entrepreneurship Club and a clinical associate professor of entrepreneurship and management at the College of Business at UAH. I am the director of Women in Tech that is here at Invention to Innovation Center. I am an entrepreneur. I tried, I fail. I try to teach to my students that failure is part of the path, and that's it.
Yeah. Nice. What about you?
Awesome. So my name is Joshua Price. I am the president of the Entrepreneurship Club here at UAH. I am a sophomore business management major. I've had two amazingly failed businesses, so I've gotten to learn a good amount of stuff from both of those, and I'm really enjoying kind of helping other people kind of start to build their businesses.
Awesome. Love to hear it. Okay, so my first question kind of bounces off what you just said. So you said you have two businesses, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I want you to tell us what led you to lead the Entrepreneurship Club at UAH and tell us a little bit about those businesses as well.
Yeah, sure. So what kind of lured me into kind of being this president is I got to take part of the Madison Creating Entrepreneurial Opportunities program back when I was a senior in high school. And that was an amazing opportunity. I got to learn kind of more about entrepreneurship and what it was. And that kind of like got me hooked. I was like, oh, wow, I love creating these businesses. I love doing this. We got to create a class business together. We did pressure washing kind of like in the fall time. We got about $13,000 from that. And then we split those proceeds to go into our own personal businesses. So that was really fun. And then with that personal fund, I did cotton candy catering because my mom had a cotton candy machine for some reason in her garage. So I just kind of did that. I did that at our high school. I would sell bags bags of cotton candy during our kind of like, we had refuel over at James Clemens. So we had like an hour just to do whatever we wanted to do.
Nice.
So we were able to sell some cotton candy bags. I had like my own little table and stuff like that. And it was like this whole process. But it was really nice.
And do you do both of those still right now?
I still have them open. They're a little bit kind of on the down low right now. School and then
feel that, yeah.
Full-time job is like, whew,
That's
it's really
normal.
rough.
Yeah, that's
That
exactly
was
what
your
I
high
did.
school.
Yes.
And that makes me wonder, what did I do in high school? When I hear stories like the one of Joshua, I was like, what did I do in high school?
Honestly, me, nothing.
I don't know.
Oh my goodness. So, Valentina, from your perspective as an advisor and someone involved with WIT, what do you see as the unique values that student-led organizations bring to the innovation ecosystem?
So that's a challenging question. I've been thinking about innovation ecosystem and entrepreneurship ecosystem, and those ecosystems are innovative by nature. So thinking about what new perspective can you bring in something that is innovative by nature, it's really challenging. But I've been thinking about this, and so, meeting students and knowing students, I think that there are two elements that students-led organizations can bring to an innovative ecosystem or entrepreneurship ecosystem. One is their enthusiasm, because innovators, the path to innovation is challenging. And as you said, in high school, I had two sort of companies, but now life happens and school happens, and then somewhere you lose your enthusiasm. And having a sort of new life, new people, there are still absolutely enthusiastic about the path, about the journey, about failing and trying again. That's essential even for seasoned innovators, because sometimes they just forgot about how it was at the beginning.
Yeah.
And second, and I also learned that yesterday there was the Propel 2 days of 2 day summit organized by the Chamber of Commerce dedicated to small businesses and entrepreneurs. And I learned that very often innovators, especially seasoned innovators, are focused on like disruptive innovation, while incremental innovation is something that usually students are focused on. So problems that are not going to disrupt the market, ideas that are not going to disrupt the market,
Adapt.
but they're incremental improvements of something that is already out there. But those are problems that seasoned innovators somehow overlook because they are focused on disrupting the market. So students-led organizations are still with their feet on the ground, and they can push that incremental innovation that is not immediate for seasoned innovators.
Yeah. Also want to touch on something you said about like the excitement that you have at the beginning that kind of like dies out a little bit. I think what you said though about like what happens in life and how like we're in school, because I put my business on hold too as soon as I went back to school, because like I can't do everything, but I can say honestly that the excitement died a little bit. And it's like the only way to keep the excitement going is to be innovative, do something new, make it always like relevant. But I don't think that's always at the front of people's minds. Has it been at the front of yours?
Not really.
Yeah.
It's been tiring.
Yeah, but I do believe that when we finish school, we'll be able to come back with like a totally different, innovative mindset.
Yes.
You know, I think.
Let me add something. So when I did my PhD, I developed my first product. My first company was right after my master, and then I sold my shares because it was not working, and I decided to go back and do my PhD in entrepreneurship. So let's study a little bit more about this. And then during my PhD, I developed my second product. And then in that moment, the enthusiasm, it was at the peak, and my advisor, who is my business partner, and we were talking to people, going to pitch competition, contacting venture capitalists, finding business angels, workshop, boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
And after that, so, kind of went down because I moved to USA. This was in Italy, and life happens, and you have your work, and you work, to improve and to push your career. But thanks to my students, I found that enthusiasm back, and I am now working back on that idea and learning how to improve it, and so add artificial intelligence in it and make it ready for the market. And I learned that from them. So that enthusiasm, I am serious when I say that they can really push something that seasoned innovators simply lost somewhere during their journey.
Yeah, that's a good point. Okay, so this question's for both of you guys. Well, first, how long has the Entrepreneurship Club been around?
I believe I had a mentor. His name was Eric St. John. He is amazing. I think he's around 28 right now. He was in the Entrepreneurship Club way back. He is a alumni of UAH. So I want to say it's at least been 8 or 10 years since it's been open.
Okay.
But I feel like it was kind of like left for dead. So definitely trying to like revive it and kind of make it get going and to be that beacon of hope and like a really nice kind of entrepreneurial star.
Okay, cool. So I was going to ask you what your vision was for the club when you stepped in as president, but that's what it was, to bring it back to life, basically, right? Okay, totally. Now, what was your vision when you became a part of the Entrepreneurship Club?
My vision and what I'm trying to do is just to push them out, because again, they are very enthusiastic about their ideas, but they need that little push to go out and fail and try again. I mean, entrepreneurship it's not a process. Like, it's not a process of certain steps that, if taken correctly, can guarantee you the success. It's a method.
Yeah.
You need to practice and fail and practice again, because the more you practice, the more likely you are to go with something successful to the market.
Yeah.
So my goal is, just because they have ideas, they meet, they are so active. So my goal and my vision is just to push them out and create as many opportunities as possible for them to meet with the ecosystem and push their ideas and learn why it may work, why it doesn't go to market, and things like that. And Joshua, he is doing a great job as a president of the Entrepreneurship Club. He is a great leader. Yesterday, going back to the Propel, he was the MC for the idea pitch competition, and he was wonderful. And he was able to include students from the Entrepreneurship Club. He was able to motivate that. So He's doing a great job.
Yeah, he is. And, her vision for the club kind of makes me think about that event we were talking about.
100%.
And that leads me to my next question. So how do you think I2C and other campus partners can do an even better job supporting student founders? I'll let you go first.
Awesome. So I think really the main thing right now is kind of getting the word out there, kind of what the I2C and other accelerators can kind of do for students. Because I didn't know at all what the I2C did at all, like before like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And that's kind of, as the president of the Entrepreneurship Club, I feel like I've only recently started to kind of understand all the resources that are out there and that are kind of literally surrounding UAH,
literally,
to kind of improve and accelerate all of our journeys.
Yeah.
What is the event you have been talking about?
Do we want to talk about it?
I think we can talk about the event.
Don't release the name.
Don't release the name yet.
Not yet, no.
Okay.
It's too good.
So we're thinking something of like, we want to do 3 separate events. We're kind of thinking big events next year. We want to do kind of like a reverse innovation challenge.
Okay.
I know that me, James, and probably you as well, Victoria, have been kind of just talking to a bunch of businesses and kind of being like, hey, would you be on board for kind of like if we reached out to kind of give us some of the problems that you have? That way our students can kind of pick and choose and then solve that problem. We want to have all the businesses come down, and then our students will be able to get a pitch, and then they'll be able to be like, oh, wow, we solved a problem for the Boeing company, or like just tons of companies around the area. And I think that'd be a really nice way to kind of introduce students into more bigger problems.
That's open innovation.
Exactly, yeah. I think it's a great idea. I'm really excited for us to figure that out because, so I interviewed the senior vice president of SAIC last week, and I asked him to give us a tip for people that are trying to get into like running a business and leadership and doing things correctly. And he said, figure out what somebody's problem is and find a way to solve it. And that's exactly what that event is going to be. It's going to be, because he said other people do it the other way around. They create a business and then they try to figure out a way for it to work for the consumer. But you have to think about the problem first and then find a way to solve that, because you can market that,
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the reason why, there's a debate. Some here is finance, some here is this one. But in my opinion, the reason one, supported by research, startups fail is because there are no customers who want to buy whatever they want.
Exactly.
Whatever the company is selling. And that's because they haven't validated the problem. So problem validation is essential. And that's also why, for example, business planning is kind of going out of the entrepreneurship scene, and lean startup is coming in, because customer validation is the key. You have to walk out of your comfort zone and do hundreds of interviews trying to understand what the problem is. And that's painful because entrepreneurs are emotionally attached to their ideas. So learning
Big
that
time.
it doesn't work and you misunderstood, and that happened to me as well. So that's painful because it's your baby. But if you want to succeed, you better listen to your customers. Anyway, I loved so many things to share about the idea that you have, but maybe we can do that later.
Share some, though. Share some. I want to hear some.
Okay, so I absolutely love open innovation. Open innovation is when, companies that cannot solve problems internally ask other people to do that. I did a very similar project with some students. It was an international collaboration with Colombia and Alabama, and we won a grant, and I built a sort of open innovation challenge. There were 6 different companies that presented their problems. There were very different problems to teams, and teams were free to pick whatever problem they wanted, and then they had, in that case, was a semester to solve the problem and propose a strategy to the team. But in terms of event, you can turn it into a sort of 48 hours hackathon to solve the problem. My recommendation is that companies sometimes propose problems that don't exactly match with the idea of innovation. So because I'm part of it.
Mhm.
So we want to be very clear in the guidelines, what type of challenges they want to propose. It's a new product, it's a repurposing a product, or things like that include some sort of development or innovation framework.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I definitely want to bring in all the colleges too. So like College of Nursing, Engineering, all that. Maybe if we can bring in A&M and Calhoun if they want to bring in teams. It'd be really cool if we could get like some of the local high schools. Maybe James Clemens, Bob Jones, Sparkman, just kind of like furthering, kind of pouring back into that younger generation.
We do something with high school. The College of Business is the business biz, and
the Blitz, right?
yes.
Okay.
And what they do is it's similar, but rather than companies proposing a challenge, is the College of Business coming up with some problems that customers are currently facing, and you have 1 hour. That's very short.
Yeah.
But 1 hour to face it. But for example, this year it happened a couple of weeks ago, and was how to improve students. I think students' life, things like that. But we have something for high school students. So I love the idea of focusing on higher education and college students.
Yeah, definitely.
That's fantastic.
It's going to be exciting.
Yes, very excited for the event.
Stay tuned for that. So now this question's for both of you guys as well. What would you say to a student who has an idea but doesn't feel qualified to call themselves an entrepreneur?
You want to go first? I can go first.
Go ahead.
I would say that really I feel like nobody's kind of qualified to be an entrepreneur. I feel like until you've actually gone out and tried and failed, then like you can't be qualified to be an entrepreneur. You just got to get out there and like try and fail like 20 or 30 times. Probably even more than that, like thousands of times.
Yeah.
And then maybe you can start to get to kind of call yourself an entrepreneur, like Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg and just Steve Jobs, all of our big kind of like capitalist kind of, I guess, stars.
Yeah, it's trial and error.
Yes.
So I would say first that, the imposter syndrome will follow you for your entire career.
Yes.
Even if you are, so in the middle of your career, when you are sitting in a room, you always question yourself and think, I'm sure there are at least 10 people smarter than me sitting here. So the imposter syndrome will follow you. You will never feel enough. And then going back to what you said, we believe that entrepreneurs are made, not born. Otherwise, there's no point in being here and teaching entrepreneurship,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
And so you were not born creative. You were not born entrepreneurial. But you need to try, because there's also data saying that when entrepreneurs fail the first time, the second time, I think they have 60% more chances to succeed, simply because they fail and practice. So I will never say this enough. Entrepreneurship requires practice. You need to practice and fail. And the only way to do that is to walk out of your comfort zone, put your idea out there, and collect feedback. So you are not qualified to be an entrepreneur. You just need to take a little risk and go out there.
Yeah, no, I agree. One thing that I feel like I've been telling a lot of people lately, especially because like I've gotten into like a leadership role at I2C with having interns and training them. I just have to tell them that like you can't be scared to make a mistake, because the only way that you know how to do something right is because you did it wrong or somebody else did it wrong, and then they told you, hey, I did it one time and that was wrong, So I think not being scared is really important, but it's easier said than done.
Yes, but the worst, when I've been there, I'm still scared sometimes of trying new things. And what I try to say to myself is it's worse if you don't even try, because you are just...
Never know.
Exactly. So you are just killing yourself at the beginning. So let eventually the market, in this case, kill your idea or help you pivot it. But don't just stop yourself from the very beginning. So
Yeah.
that's the worst that can happen when you are your own pitfall. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Definitely.
that happens a lot. So
Oh yeah.
Mhm, it does.
It does.
that's why professors are here. So
Exactly.
they can push and say, let's go and fail. And I'm here to help you pivot.
Yeah.
And,
It won't
and
be as
improve.
scary. Support's important. So, what role does community, whether through spaces like I2C or spaces like I2C, play in helping students take risk and grow? I feel like we kind of answered this earlier, but like more of like community, outside of the college, what more do you think the community could do to help entrepreneurships grow?
Let's see. What more do we think the community could do to
Yeah.
kind of help? I would say just kind of being there already kind of creates like a support layer, kind of like a safety net. Like, oh, okay, like I might fail at marketing, but we've got an amazing marketing club that we can go to and kind of get help with that. So definitely
Exactly.
just kind of being there being there and then them knowing that we're here for them.
That part, yeah.
That is kind of what I think will help people start to grow, and just kind of having a safety net that they can always fall back on.
Yeah, I also think the reverse of what you just said is us not being scared to reach out. Because there's a lot of times I'll reach out to people in the community and they're like, oh yeah, I didn't know that was happening. I would love to. And I'm like, dang it. You know what I mean? Like, I needed you sooner. So, I don't know. I wish there was some type of network, like a bridge or something, where they could just tap in and see what we need and we could see what they need and just find ways to work together.
And we'll try to build that.
Yeah?
We'll try to build that. Yes.
Yeah. We'll have
But
that.
I agree. I strongly believe that what the community can do is like offer intangible resources. So, the I2C offer tangible resources. You have an office, but for students in this moment of their idea life cycle, what is really needed are intangible resources like mentorship and guidance and networking. And I think that last week it happened twice that two students stopped and they had their idea, but they were missing one piece. I'm missing I don't know how to improve this from a coding point of view, marketing point of view. So it's always, in my experience, or almost every time, intangible resources, which is one human resource missing or a suggestion of how to do something. And the community is so supportive.
They are.
It's incredibly supportive. That was very surprising to me when I moved to Huntsville.
Me too.
Usually, the entrepreneurship ecosystem is not, is not that usual that all the actors in the entrepreneurship ecosystem are so supportive with each other. Very often they just build walls and what is mine and you do your thing and I do my thing. But here, that's such an amazing collaboration that even if we are in theory competitors because we are serving the same group of aspiring entrepreneurs, we work together.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
I agree with that. That's one of the first things I noticed when I moved here as well, is that everyone is just so nice and they genuinely want to help each other. Like one thing that always rings in my head, I'm like, that Southern hospitality thing is real. Like it's real. Like, how can I help you? What do you need? I'm always here for you. Like, those are things I hear all the time out here. And it really is amazing.
They
It feels good.
genuinely want you to succeed. And they're here to help.
Yep.
They're there to help. So
Definitely. So, what advice would you give to faculty or staff who want to be more involved in supporting student-led innovation? Because, you're helping out a club, but I don't feel like what can faculty and staff do if that isn't an option for them? What else could they do?
First, in my opinion, first of all, they can open their networks once again, because very often, again, they need a human resource to do something. They need a marketing advice. They need somebody to help them code the last piece of their app, things like that.
Yeah.
So first of all, the most immediate thing, you offer your expertise. If you can help, with coding, or if you can help write a marketing strategy, do it.
Yeah.
Or if you cannot, open your network and direct them to people that can support them. That's, in my opinion, what they can do. Be very practical, because they are in that stage where they need practical skills.
Yeah.
They need your or they need your network. So they need to be open and open their network. Everybody loves working with students, so they need to open their network. That's my immediate comment.
What do you think?
Yeah, 100%. Making kind of like, I guess, those connections, and kind of if they can't show up to any of the club events and stuff like that, they can of course reach out to either one of us or any of the other club presidents and leadership, and they can kind of be like, hey, here are my specialties and stuff like that. If you ever have a student who needs any help, you can feel free to send them that way, and I'll be happy to help them.
Yeah.
But,
so yeah, opening the network, basically. I agree.
yes, 100%.
That's essential.
It
So
is.
I always remember the reason why I'm here is because when I moved from Italy and I was in that imposter syndrome moment, it's not even my language. So the imposters is even worse. So I was at home and there was a networking event for a young professional in entrepreneurship, and I didn't want to go. Because it was just uncomfortable in that moment for me. And I remember my husband pushed me and said, just go, grab a drink and maybe you may. And somebody in that meeting, I don't even remember his name. I cannot remember his face, but he wrote an introduction email to Rick Vejashi, the director of the Invention to Innovation Center, where we are today.
Wow.
And that opened my my journey here in Huntsville. So I started working with RICVED when the I2C was just a room in the College of Business. I remember our initial meetings there. It was just a desk and the two of us.
That's crazy.
But that's because somebody pushed me to go to a networking event. So really the power of network is essential. It's crucial.
And he opened his network for you, and then now you're here opening your network for you.
Exactly.
Like, that's
he
crazy.
started introducing me to people, and
that's amazing. I love that. What do you think?
I think it's absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Love Rick Fett. Oh, so.
You're good.
it happens all the
close.
time.
Oh my gosh, the second time. Anyway, completely forgot what I was saying.
I think you were going to agree with her that like opening your network is really important. Yeah.
Yes. And then definitely having a supportive kind of like, I guess, team behind you. Like for me, I've got these best friends that I've had that I met in tech theater since like freshman year of high school.
Yeah.
And they've been through me and they've really helped me to support myself and to kind of just like help me get out there.
Yeah.
And not totally burn out and crash.
Yeah, no, seriously. Support is good. So the last question, so looking ahead, what kind of legacy do you hope that the Entrepreneurship Club will leave for future students?
I'll take this one
Go
first,
ahead.
okay?
Yeah, sure.
I'm kind of hoping to leave this club kind of like passing it off to the next kind of set or generation of students here. I want to kind of be like this star, not only of kind of like an entrepreneurial beacon, but I also want it to kind of be like of hope of stuff. Like I really want it to kind of be one of the main factors that helps people, not only within the College of Business, anyone that's really in need, like anywhere. I want the club I want the club to be just really here to help people.
Yeah.
That's what I want to leave behind.
That's awesome.
Wonderful. I've been thinking about that since I became the advisor of the club, and I would like two things. So the first is since hopefully we will launch an entrepreneurship concentration soon at the College of Business. My first hope is that the Entrepreneurship Club becomes an integral part of the concentration. And the second, actually I wrote a payoff for this. I would like for people, I would like for the Entrepreneurship Club to be the place where you go from intention to action. I remember this was also what inspired my idea during my PhD. It was a software, it was a business platform, and that was the same goal. So helping people go from intention to action, because I mean, when you dream, a dream is just a dream until you write it down. When you see something that is there, it's on paper, you feel like, okay, it exists at least on paper. And you start thinking about how to go from intention to action. And I really hope that the Entrepreneurship Club can be that place for entrepreneurship students, for UAH students, but for in general, for aspiring entrepreneurs at the very beginning of their entrepreneurial journey, from intention to action.
That's amazing. And I love the intention to action part, because you know how many people have ideas and then they do nothing because they're like, I don't know how.
I mean, how many times you say, if only there was the product to do this, and I go, we can do it. We can build it.
Yeah, and it's fun. I think that it's scary before you first do it, but once you do that once, you always feel like you can create anything. You know,
Yes.
like how we were with that idea. We were like, oh, we're doing this.
Yeah, we're doing
like
this.
we're doing this.
Off,
yeah,
off,
and
we're
then it was like
like,
an hour
ooh.
later, and we're like, yeah, we're doing this. This is happening.
Yes.
Well, that was my last question. I want to thank you guys for coming.
Thank
That
you.
was really insightful. And I also think it's just a really important conversation to have. I feel like we're at a time where everybody kind of has a business idea, you know, especially after COVID. Everyone's kind of like, we should do this, or I should do that, or I could work for myself, you know. But like you said, intention to action, and it's amazing to have a space like the Entrepreneurship Club where you can talk to like-minded individuals. So I thank you guys for that.
Thank you.
Thank you for having
Victoria.
us.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
See you guys later.